So sometimes I go, when I'm writing a book, I go write it at my local Starbucks. And imagine that I took a 1 minute video of the part of the Starbucks where you have all the baristas that are preparing the drinks and you have the cashier. And then I asked someone to list all the contributions that the baristas made during those 60 seconds.
That's a great idea.
What would you list? Like you would have some managers who would say like, prepare the, I don't know, 7 coffees. If that's the contribution that you list, what you will get will be maybe a higher number of coffees per minute. Quality of the coffees, we won't really care much. And the people will be engaged. I don't know, do you really get engaged by producing a high number of coffees? I'm not sure. Another person might point out at the quality of the coffees. Like they would see like, oh, that flat white had a nice swan made on it, like with the latte art, and so on. That comments, if you list those contributions, you will get more of that. Third level, the person would not like just list the contribution looking at the work, but it will look at the interactions with
The
the
teamwork.
customers.
It's almost like a dance.
Exactly. Level 3 would be with the customers, like the reactions of the people. Like you will say, like, look, that person smiled when they see the coffee handed to them. That person smiled when you saw the person calling their name. And that's the level at which you will start getting work within, which is engaging and fulfilling. Because people see the effect that the work we're doing. They're not just making coffee, they're not just doing a process, which was the first step. They're not just making good coffee, which was the second step. Now they're making customers happy. And that's fulfilling. But then there is the fourth step, which is what you were pointing, Dave, which is that you also highlight the interactions between the people. You're highlighting the moment that a barista helped another barista. You highlight the moment that a barista notices that the other barista, whose specialty maybe is flat white, did a great flat white.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the moment where the work not only becomes fulfilling, but you also get the team spirit and you get the fact that you are not just working for a customer, but also like you get the team spirit. You get people that are seeing that not only they're doing an impact on themselves with the salary that they earn, on the company with the production, which was the second level, on the customer, which is the third level, but also on the teammates, which is the first level. And that's what opens up to all the interactions, which you correctly pointed out, they're necessary. And Tom correctly pointed out, since the manager has a low bandwidth, we cannot let the manager have all the work of pointing out to the good contribution. You need to have the people pointing out to themselves. But how do you get them to do that? You get them by doing this exercise. Now, of course, this exercise, even though you can do it technically by doing it, as I said, recording and then during the onboarding, showing to people, look at all the contributions, but ideally you would do it on the job.
Yeah.
Like the manager will come out and will point out to all would observe for 1 minute the work, and then will call out for 1 second, like everyone style, like team out style, like in basketball, like everyone comes in, and then the manager says what he saws in 1 minute. And he says, for example, I liked that Mary did a perfect art on the swan art on the coffee. Have you seen the smile on the customer? I've seen how Alex helped our new trainee John operated that machine. I've seen this. I've seen that. Stop stalking. You immediately raised the level 1 of the engagement. 2, you clarified the ladder of contribution. 3, you give to everyone an idea of one actionable thing they can do right now in that shift to improve their contribution. And then hopefully, after you did that, you will stick around, observe for the next 10 minutes. Maybe you can go do something else, then you come back after 10 minutes. And then again, you call a second timeout. You notice the new contribution that people are doing that they weren't doing before the timeout. And bam, that's the moment where people see that took just that little to make a difference to them, to others, a difference to clients, a difference to their teammates, and a difference to themselves. Because those 10 minutes they just had were probably the best 10 minutes of work they had in the last year.
Yeah, that's
So
great.
standing
I love it.
ovation for that, Lucca. That was wonderful.
Thank you.